As a celebration of reaching over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, I want to make this video of some of the memes and jokes of the community as a whole, as well as just highlighting some of the funny moments I really enjoyed myself throughout the channel's lifespan so far. Thank you all for the support. I hope, depending on who you are, you will either find this video enjoyable as a best-ofs of the channel or as some sort of summary of some of the memes of the channel. Thank you.
Blade! And Blade!
I love me some Blade.
Blade! 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 More Blade!
Wouldn't it be funny is if we clear this?
Ooh. If we what?
If we clear this first run.
Originating from the Goal Basic Stream series simply involves that a blade being mentioned involves saying blade in just the right way and in chat writing blade, followed by the Woopsie emote, which is this one. This, of course, also means that all swords are also blades and not swords, at least when we remember. For some, this of course raises a completely different question as to why that emote is called Woopsie.
Whoopsie! You did the whoopsie!
Zantetsuken, the PvP samurai limit break. Around here we call it the Woopsie. Why? Well, you see, the way Zantetsuken works is that the samurai uses the action Hisatsu Chiten, reducing the damage they take for a few seconds, and retaliating any attacker with a small hit that applies the Kuzushi debuff to them, making them take more damage from the samurai. However, while Zantetsuken hits quite hard on its own already, it upgrades to deal precisely 100% of the target's max HP in damage instead when it strikes a target that is affected by Kuzushi. Oh, and did I mention the attack strikes through guard? Your only options once the cat is out of the bag is to snare or stun the samurai, or run away like a little pink-dressed small dragon, preferably behind a wall. Hiding in a crowd won't work as the attack strikes in a circle at its destination anyway. As such, it is called the Woopsie because it punishes the accidental whoopsie of attacking the samurai at the wrong time. Oh, also, while Smol does not in fact have samurai unlocked, it is of course her about to Zantetsuken someone.
Yeah, New Fulgur says, what is your favorite tank? I, at times, enjoy all 4 tanks, but I probably play Warrior the most and Paladin second most.
It comes up surprisingly often, but almost every single time my answer changes. In fact, my answer usually includes this fact as well. However, while we are on the subject, my main as of right now is Warrior, with my gear and time investments reflecting that. In regards to my favorite jobs, my go-tos aside from Warrior are almost always Paladin, Sage, Black Mage, Dancer, Reaper and Samurai. Although, which ones I prefer vary at times. Sometimes Scholar gets chosen over Sage as well. Yes, that is about a third of the cast.
And see you in the comments or on my next video in the next stream. And good night. And good morning and good night, depending on where you are in the world. Good night, good morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world. And I hope to see you all very soon. Bye bye.
You might think this is actually a reference to the Truman Show, but it isn't. Or at least it wasn't. As you can see in the first few streams on the channel, it gradually evolved to address everyone around the world. This small manatee plushie, or sea cow depending on your preference, I have named the Watcher. He watches over the chat while I'm gone to make sure you don't get up to shenanigans. I believe his first appearance was around when Smol visited the moon for the first time, which probably explains the similarity in name. This manatee is in fact not an ancient. Or is he?
This last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right. Small Kai just looking up like, oh, I was supposed to use that? I thought it was candy. We might have a problem, Sid.
If you've seen it, or heard references to it, you might wonder what is up with the Candy Kai emote. Well, you see, Small Kai eats a lot of candy, and Aetherites and similar look very much like candy, so she eats those too. In the early days of joining the Scions, she was primarily paid in candy, presumably.
Sukep. Can I... let me see, there it is. I actually made a video that includes like a bunch of side quests you could have missed. Some of them are very hard to miss, but it does include how to unlock Frontline if you're feeling like you missed something. It's not entirely obvious because you have to like go back and forth between some NPCs for some reason. But it is included in that video that I just linked.
I've got a video on that. The channel has so many guides at this point that it's certainly not uncommon for a question to be met with both an answer and a link to a full-length video covering the exact obscure subject that was asked about. This happens especially in the tea time streams. However, if you ever needed a reason to check in on a stream to ask a question, it could just as well simply be to get guidance on where to look for some sort of obscure piece of information that you're having difficulty finding. Or if you'd rather want the community to direct you to the best source anyway. It's available once you complete the main scenario quest, Sylph-Management. Once you unlock the Paladin, remember to equip your Soul Crystal to change into the Paladin job. Also at level 30, doing your class quest line will eventually lead you to the Summoner quest, which is available once you complete the main scenario quest, Sylph-Management. Also at level 30, doing your class quest line will eventually lead you to the Warrior quest, which is available once you complete the main scenario quest, Sylph-Management. Also at level 30, doing your class quest line will eventually lead you to the Black Mage quest, which is available once you complete the main scenario quest, Sylph-Management. At level 80, you unlock the Shroud gauge and unlock the Enshroud ability, assuming you completed the job quest line. Do your job quests. At level 80, you learn the ability Panheimer, assuming you completed the job quest line. Do your job quests. I don't really have much to add to this one, I just thought it was funny to point out that I have been making these kinds of specific do your job quests and Sylph-Management references since the very beginning.
Is designed to optimize doing content that is designed for one sitting, and I just let my dots drop there. Streams in the Duty Finder are people that think that it's like, it's probably slightly harder than the hard version of content, right? And the difference is that the hard version of I just let my dots drop again. Incredible. Look at me. The problem is that it is queuable, so it's easy to misunderstand. Hey Zach, and hey Phil. My song dropped this time. It's incredible. It's like I'm like a flip-flop of a mechanic. I just forget one of the job mechanics every time. Let's hope that I actually know how to play Bard again when we reach the final boss. Wouldn't that be an incredible evolution? Whoops. I thought I had way more resource there. Well, shouldn't have gotten your hopes up if you did. I just messed up my rotation and we just started the pull.
I call this one the Lampshading move. And for the 10th and final thing I wanted to highlight, I just wanted to bring light to the fact that a huge part of this channel is of course the people that watch it and are a core part of it. I always describe the core of the channel's audience as friendly, helpful, understanding, inclusive, and importantly, willing to teach and learn from each other. As a YouTube channel grows, in fact, as this YouTube channel grows, it can become hard for me to reach everyone that has a question. Even if I am the one making the videos on the channel, I cannot control how you react to it. Or even how a cultist of the pink, Kai Enjoyer, community member or what have you chooses to act, and how that might potentially reflect on the channel. But so far, I think we all are doing pretty good, all things considered. So thank you for supporting this channel. I never expected to get this far, but here we are. And with that, thank you so much for watching and celebrating this achievement with me. If you would like to further support the channel, you can let the YouTube algorithm know by liking the video, leaving a comment. I recommend your favorite jokes and memes of the channel, sharing the video, and hitting the bell to get notified when next I post a video. You can also support me more directly by becoming a member of the channel like these wonderful people here. Fun fact, did you know that this channel has a whole collection of guides and videos on slightly off-track subjects that you could easily miss given their obscurity? If you sort the channel's videos by popularity and then scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will find such gems such as a starter guide on retainers, a universal guide on how gearing works in the game, and of course, an excellent guide for how to make coffee biscuits even if you hardly know how to bake. And with that, good night, morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye bye!